Straight up chaos. We bought a 1930s cottage to turn into a boutique Airbnb and almost immediately found problems we didn't plan for. From hidden surprises to budget-breaking repairs,
$884 plus tax.
This renovation is anything but easy. Follow along as we try to transform this historic house into a short-term rental that could change our lives. We had a huge delivery of things for the house today. We got stuff for the bedrooms and the couch, and most importantly, the kitchen cabinets are finally here. I cannot wait to jump into putting the cabinets together, but first I've got to get some of this stuff out of the way. The first thing we're going to do is put the mattress on the bed and then try to get the couch put together as quickly as possible. And then I'm going to immediately jump into assembling the cabinet boxes.
Oh. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to have to go ahead and acknowledge the fact that I have a problem with continually singing songs and quoting different pop culture things, especially when I'm working on projects and obviously when I'm tired.
Step to the left, step to the right. Two and two. Ding dong, witch is dead. I'm doing some fun stuff.
Yeah. Montreal, okay. Think it's all gonna work out as planned.
Yay! Love it when a dad comes together.
Do that.
Love it when a dad comes together.
Yeah. Even on no sleep.
There's a cat out there.
That's Pharrell.
Who?
I named him Pharrell.
I like him. Can I pet it?
No, that's Pharrell.
That's the one.
He lays in the sun in the backyard in the mornings.
That's what I saw. I saw him on.
I want to cut them. Get them scissors. I want to cut those tags off.
Where'd you put him?
I
Yeah.
think I left them in the bedroom. I know you probably don't care about watching us put this couch together, but I didn't feel right about leaving it out because there's a lot of footage that's coming that will include this, and I just didn't want to ignore the changes going on in this room and the work that we put into making that all happen.
You just slide them on. I know how to do this. I do this with Legos.
Look at you, a boy. Push it that way for now.
Lane, start getting your work together and put it back in your bag and put it in the truck.
I'm working here.
You just helping me.
Okay.
That was a big job. I'm super happy to have the kids help, and I think it's teaching them a lot of work ethic. Once everything was out of the way, I immediately jumped in and started putting together the cabinet frames. kind of rough layout. This is where that's gonna be the yellow. These are all gonna be white, so that's drawers, 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 pull out trash can. And you can see like before the oven was like right here and it opened like into the, but now it's way over here, so you have plenty of room. Much better. As you saw, I did finish getting the frames assembled yesterday evening, and we roughly placed everything in the kitchen last night before we left. I had marked the left and right side of where each frame should fall, as well as the stove, so we just did a mock layout, and I put that barrister bookcase on there just to make sure that everything fits like I thought it would. The kids are actually going to be gone with family today, so Luke and I are determined to get these cabinets fully installed. I'm gonna get my laser level. We're gonna go ahead and mark this other side before we do anything. As you're looking at the room right now from left to right, it drops off about 4.5 inches. So these are things about the house that aren't actually unstable, but they cannot be changed. There's not really any way for us to reframe this to make it square, because if we were to raise the floors up, everything is all tied together and we're going to cause a lot more problems. So we decided to start on that wall, which is so unlevel, choose our measurement from the floor. IKEA does have a standard measurement that they recommend, but this is kind of an unusual circumstance, so I needed to make sure that we had enough room where we could fit our toe kick, but the low end was not going to be crazy high off the ground. So I kind of picked a middle of the road number. And then from that point, we used the laser level to wrap that measurement around the room, so everything stayed at the same height for the countertops. It doesn't matter how many times we do this, I will always reference the instructions because I don't remember everything, but also IKEA and every other company in the world are going to change things. So I'm not ever going to work off memory. Not same. Different. Wait, no.
Huh?
Huh, yeah. It goes on top of the line. I was looking at it upside down.
Whoa.
If you're looking to install any cabinets yourself, I highly recommend, the number one tip I can give you is to check, and recheck your measurements as you go along. You really want to try to anticipate all those pieces and have a plan before you get started, and then be prepared to start over if you mess up. As I said, this is not our first go at installing cabinets, and we have definitely made a lot of mistakes in the past, so we have learned from experience. I would say my next tip is to not be afraid to admit when you're not that good at something, and not be afraid to ask for help, and to try to find somebody that can do things with you. Sometimes when you're tired and overwhelmed, or you're working on something complicated, a second set of eyes is priceless. Usually that's always Luke for me, but sometimes I have asked the children to look at something with me to make sure that I'm looking at something correctly, that I'm not getting confused, and it really, really is helpful. Don't take the people around you for granted. If you have a husband or a wife, it's great to be able to work together. It's definitely a learned skill. My husband and I have gotten so much better at doing projects together, and in the early years, it was definitely a much more tense environment than it is now. But we make the joke that between the two of us, we can do anything, because there's some things that he can do physically better than me, but then for every one of those things, there's things that he doesn't understand, and then vice versa. There's things that, strangely, I can physically do better than he can, but I can't really wrap my head around what it is I need to do. So between the two of us, that's really, truly how we get things done. We joke that I'm the planner and he's the applied mechanics guy, but it really goes a lot deeper than that. Ugh, I left the drill in there. Okay, I only have 4 boxes left to put together. It's almost 10 o'clock. Do I want to finish it? No. But do I want to finish it? Yes. At least my hands feel better today than yesterday. I think it was from the painting. You know, I did all that brushing to try to preserve that, trying to stretch that better paint out, you know. Put it back together.
If you can't get to it, I can do that.
Yeah, it's whatever you have time for. I know you got applied mechanics things to do. Noodles.
Noodles? Oh, that's noodles.
I want a steak. I just realized there was some up there and I didn't see them. In case you see them and think I'm lying to you. Didn't I say 7 from the top?
I remember you saying 7, yes? I don't know which direction that was from. Bottom.
4, 5, 6, 7. This is turning out to be an extremely late night, but we're just trying to take advantage of the fact that we don't have the kids tonight and neither one of us have to get up and go to work tomorrow. So we are burning the midnight oil for sure.
Give me some fat screws, Scrooge.
Me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Huh? 369 raspberry wine. Get low.
2, 4, 6, 7. 8, 9. Good.
Tis right. Right as rain. What's your name? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6.
This is just top and bottom, so what I do in the bottom. Correct?
I need, both on this side, and then you're gonna do 2 tops and 1 bottom.
Is that not the one I'm doing?
Yeah, you'll do one of those, and then the other ones you'll go to page 21, and then 2 of those.
One bottom and one top?
2 tops.
2 top.
That must have been so hard for you.
Was.
You're my Mary employee.
You got it.
I am 100% certain that cutting up and having fun and laughing is the secret to our success as far as working together. My ugga-duggas are not ugga-dugga right now. Or my whatever that's called. Pushers.
Pushers. Pusher and shover.
Ain't no bugs on me. Satisfying. We stuck it out last night and got all the cabinets installed. I'm back this morning to add the spacers for the corner. You might be wondering why I chose to leave this corner empty. After having designed and installed a few kitchens now, I have learned that corner-based cabinets can oftentimes be a huge waste of space. And despite having installed various types, I decided that with such limited space in this kitchen, I would forgo the traditional corner cabinet so that I could have drawers on each wall. I measured and left just enough space from the corner on each side to accommodate the hardware so that the drawers have plenty of room to open. It's important I get this installed as quick as possible because it needs plenty of time to dry before I remove the clamps. I'm actually going to install one side of the corner filler piece and then let that sit overnight and then come back tomorrow and do the other side so that I can get them as close as possible and I don't bump one. The countertops should be installed in just a few days, and somehow I think we're on track with the timeline. The next thing I would like to do before the countertops go in is have this barrister bookcase painted completely. I'm also going to go around the room and do some touch-ups on areas around the trim. I'm really ready to be done painting. So much hopping between projects. It's unavoidable. Remodeling, even small remodels, are not for the faint of heart, and definitely not for the obsessive compulsive. I feel like it can be really triggering for somebody. I got me some in a cup. I'm gonna leave this open any longer than I have to. Close that. Those Ferro Ball paint cans are made if their lids are folded over a little bit different than most other paint cans I've ever messed with, and you have to use a paint can opener. You cannot use like a screwdriver or something without really messing that up. Can y'all see there? Cool. Let's do it. And this is a very small house, and for some reason, like that smaller size, it makes me feel more comfortable making some bold decisions. I know I've said this before, but I'm dividing up all these videos room by room. You'll see a little bit of hopping around, but I think if I just kept it's all like real time, you would never be able to keep up with what all we're doing, because what we do every day depends on whether or not I'm waiting on any supplies, and then like today I can't work on the exterior door because of the weather, how much time we have, whether somebody's waiting on us. There's a lot of factors that play into just being able to start one thing and finish it dry times. And then because I'm doing this while I'm balancing my job and my kids and animals and pets, and sometimes I'm limited by how much time, I have. Like, if I only have so much time, or if I'm gonna need to be able to start and stop a project, I don't need to dive into something that I can't walk away from. Something to think about if you're planning on trying to do any major remodeling. My original plan was to try to paint these IKEA cabinets. And I did get a finish that is, you know, if I primed it correctly, it would be paintable, but I just decided that for my own sanity, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna live with them being white and put the hardware on them and see how I feel. When we hit a slower spell, I may block off some days and do some of these things. I also am planning on getting a hot tub for the house. While it won't take a whole lot, it will add a few steps that I don't think we need to do right this minute. So that may be something that we have to do. And that'll be fun, I think, to film creating that outdoor space. Realistically, there's no guarantee how long this will last without chipping, and I know that. But I did do a better job of prepping this than I might have something that was a little bit less visually prominent in the room. I did do like sanding and all those good things that you're supposed to do. Cleaned, I did a couple coats of primer and really took my time to help promote adhesion, but the way these open and close, it just really depends on, like, if there's anywhere that rubs or that people bump into, often it might become something of wear and tear. But we have this dead flat paint in our pantry. I have it on the windowsills, the beadboard walls, and the shelves that are on each side of the refrigerator. And it is a really durable finish. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it at all. And it hasn't chipped anywhere that I've seen. If you're like me and you like design in general, then you should be able to appreciate the end result here, even if it's something that you might not particularly want in your home. Have I mentioned that I hate painting? I know I could have left this wood, and you can comment below if you think it was stupid for me to paint it. Something about having this be a dark color just felt dirty to me. I think I like a lighter color cabinet on the inside for the most part. And if it's in my house, it's one thing. But then if I'm staying somewhere, I really tend to always think the worst. Like, I want to be able to see if something's clean. And then also just tying everything together. If this was a bigger space, I would have definitely gone for an unfitted kitchen. I think I saw somebody calling it the other day, the Downton Abbey kitchen, which I've never heard that term before, but I love the unfitted kitchen thing. But this is already a really small space, and for practicality reasons, I just needed to add as much storage as possible. I didn't need to put anything in here that wasn't functional. and look for antique pieces. We went to Nashville and online, and I just couldn't find anything that was wholly functional. I'm gonna have to confess that I did not film vinyl wrapping the dishwasher, but it is done. For some reason, getting the dishwasher done just really makes me feel like, I don't know, I'm over the hill in this room. I don't have on any makeup today. I look terrible. I didn't do my hair, so no judgment, please. Let's get this place picked up a little bit, and that way I can just feel like I'm headed in the right direction. Some of these tools can now come out of here. I do need the legs. I need to figure out where they need to go and work on the toe kicks. Okay, I'm back. I've got about 30 minutes and I've been just going around cleaning up. Today has truly been just a flurry of random activity, from touching up paint to grouting the tile. Tomorrow the countertops are installed, and I am so thankful that we have all the mess done so that the countertops can come in, and then I can start adding some finishing touches. Today's update: dishwasher, touched up all the paint. We've got sconce light wired up. I think the color looks a lot better now that it's not streaky, and we got the tile grouted. I've got some trim that's gonna go up there. It's cute, but it's looking good. Those two rooms being transformed, it just really make us feel like we're making a lot of progress. We're still on budget constraints and we're still on time constraints, but I'm really happy to be sharing this moment with you guys. Of course, I'm not at the cottage. I'm currently in my own house, and I'm still working on planning some finishes, but I wanted to share all this with you guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to film a lot, but I was able to capture a lot of what we did. But I really am thankful for you guys watching, and I cannot wait to share next week's video. Make sure you subscribe and follow along. New videos come out every week as we try to transform the cottage. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.